here's what I ended up making for a wood stove. You can see it's a little ammo can, little ammunition box. And I've seen these online and I think they look sweet. I think it's just all around a cool idea. You can see everything's homemade here. The legs are EMT and I flattened one end and those make up the legs. And then, a little homemade door. I never got around to putting, like a little air control here, but pretty sweet little stove. Puts off quite a bit of heat. But as you can see, it's not installed in the cabin on wheels. And there's a reason for that. We had it in there for one night and decided it's way too high maintenance. You're going to be feeding this thing every hour, maybe hour and a half. And yeah, just way too high maintenance, we decided. It does heat the place, but you're not gonna get a good night's sleep. Like I said, you gotta be pretty much tending to this thing all the time. But anyways, I thought it'd work a little better than it did. Nice thing is, didn't have to put a hole in the wall. We ran it through that window. And yeah, so anyways, we ended up, I'll use that in my tent, but we ended up going back and getting the Guide Gear wood stove from the cabin yesterday. This new land, is really close to the log cabin. So yeah, it was no problem. Just run over there and grab it quick. So anyways, I'll show you guys the updated tour of the inside here. There's the Guide Gear wood stove back in action in the cabin on wheels. Nice thing is the stock pot here that we melt snow in for water fits perfect on there, just like it was made for it. And then Sierra rearranged some. As you can see, we took your guys' advice and went with some taller shelves here. So we pretty much got all of our stuff right there now, which is nice. And that tall shelf gives us a lot more room. So you can see we got our food, clothes, all that stuff right there. And everything else you pretty much saw, that's the same. I had the ammo box wood stove sitting on this and going through the window, but this was slid over more, so it actually lined up with the window. And then I had a piece of metal right there that I ran the pipe through. But like I said, this stove here is a lot better, lot less maintenance, and heats the place really well. So we're glad we went with that. But I think we finally nailed the layout here. We've been kind of rearranging every day, kind of trying to figure out what the best layout is, and I think we got it now. So yeah, we're pretty happy with everything. This snow is all pretty much what you call sugar snow. It's got the same consistency as sugar, and it doesn't make very good melting snow. You really got to pack it in hard to get a decent amount of water. So we just got back from town and the stove is completely out right now. But I wanted to show you guys this little trick here. Some of you guys might know about this, but it's kind of an old bushcraft tip. But cotton balls with a little bit of Vaseline coated on them work as excellent fire starters. So one thing you can do is get a bunch of cotton balls, coat them, and just put them in a Ziploc baggie, next to your wood stove. And that it works better than newspaper and even birch bark, really, because with the Vaseline on there you get such a long burn time that and all you need is one cotton ball. So if you get a bag of cotton balls, it should last you all year, for 99 cents. So I'll show you guys how well this burns. Oops, it's sticking to me. So that'll burn, I don't know how long they burn, probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so. And yeah, you can't really beat that. That works excellent as a fire starter. Anyways, just wanted to share this tip with you, for those of you that burn wood or, camping or whatever, like I said, you see those fire starters that they have in the store, and they're like, you know, $3-4 for them. And like I said, some cotton balls and a little bit of Vaseline is about the best fire starter you can get. So. And this is how I like to do my chaga tea, which we harvested last year ourselves. Just put it in a coffee filter, cover it with my hat or something, an oven mitt, and let it steep for 15-20 minutes. And that's good stuff right there, and really healthy. I figure I better show you guys the shower in action, since in my last video I just kind of showed you the way it was set up, but now I'll actually show you it working. Pretty good water pressure. Sierra's going for it, everybody. First shower in the cabin on wheels.
Can't wait.
So the rest of this video is pretty much going to be me kind of showing you where our driveway is going to come in on this new property and where our home's going to be and our garden and stuff like that. And the reason why I want to include this is because when it comes time to start building this homestead this spring when the ground unthaws, I want to show everything in as much detail as I possibly can. You know, all things to consider when you're developing a property or, you know, looking at building a homestead or you know, a house, whatever, you know, cabin, whatever you're trying to do. You know, there's not a whole lot of YouTube series that show every detail and everything you got to consider when it comes time to develop a property. You know, this is raw land, so it's just woods. It's a wooded piece of property. And this is my third go at, you know, developing property, you know, building a home on it. So I'm by no means a master or even a professional, but I've done it. And so I kind of know, you know, things I would change, you know, mistakes I've made, mistakes to avoid. And so, like I said, I just want to show things in as much detail as I can, because a lot of people that watch these videos have kind of the same dreams, the same aspirations. You know, they want to build an off-grid homestead or want to have a homestead or build a home, a cabin, whatever it is. And like I said, I just want to try to do my best to show you guys everything that goes into it to maybe help you guys with your build or whatever you guys are planning on doing in the future. So in this series, like I said, I'm going to try to talk about everything to do and don't and to look for and avoid. But anyways, I'll show you guys where our driveway is going to be and why, and where our house is going to be and why, and where our garden is going to be and why. All right, me and Skeeter are going to show you guys around here. We're heading up where the driveway is going to go right now. And the goal here is you kind of want to follow, I mean, you can do whatever you want with your place, but I mean, the less work, the better. I mean, we can all agree on that, right? So I like to take the path of least resistance, because another goal of mine is I want to keep as many trees as I can. I like trees, and I don't like having to cut them down if I can avoid it. So I'm going to try to avoid it at all costs if I can, and try to take down as few trees as possible while we're doing this here. So this right here was where, in that video I had, I think it was a few videos ago, I said, or it was showing you our future homestead land or something like that. This is where I talked about where we were thinking about putting the house here, and we're changing that. And the reason why is because this is a perfect area for a garden, because south is that way, and it's going to get a lot of sun right here. And when it comes springtime and, you know, during the summer and early fall, all these poplar trees will be in bloom. So there's going to be, you know, it'll be covered in leaves, and it's going to be kind of the perfect mixture of sun and shade throughout the day. And it's nice and high, good drainage there. It's already cleared, and I just think that's going to be the perfect spot to put the garden. So back to the driveway here. So you'll kind of come in and drive by the garden, you know, and we'll probably plant some fruit trees and stuff like that around there too. It'll be a pretty nice setup. Skeeter! So you can see I just got this marking tape kind of marking where we're going to be going through here. And again, I mean, you're going to have to take down trees if you have a wooded lot or wooded acreage like this. No matter what, you're going to have to take down trees. But like I said, I want to try to take down as few as possible. And, you know, I'm following high ground. You know, you want to be looking at drainage too, because like I said, the less work, the better. I mean, you can bring a machine in here and kind of make drainage the way you want it to be. But like I said, less work, the better. And right up here, you can see how it kind of gets, it's right up here, sorry. Right here, it's just kind of this like thin brush here. There's not too many trees. This is gonna be where we park our vehicles. So it'll kind of be like our parking pad, you know, and that'll be where the driveway stops. And then right up here, and we'll have to thin this out some, you know, we'll take down some of these trees, but again, keep as many as we can. But then right here is where our home location is gonna be. And you know, like I said, we moved it because that spot I just showed you was excellent for a garden. But we also wanted to be, I mean, as far back on our land, you know, as we could. So anyways, this is marked out, all four corners of the house. So that's a corner, and then you can see marking tape up there, corner, and a corner over there. It's 24 by 32 is what we're gonna build. So that's gonna be, that's small for some people, but for us, that's gonna be a pretty big house compared to what we're used to. But I always think it's easiest to mark out your area with marking tape like this, all four corners. And then, because you're gonna have to take down these trees, of course, because the footprint of the home is gonna be here. And also, you have to take down some trees kind of that are gonna be close to your house. So, because obviously you don't wanna, you know, be opening your door right up into a tree or something. And you want a little bit of a yard. So it's kind of the first step here, like I said, is getting your driveway marked out, kind of getting it built in your head. And yeah, and again, with drainage here, you can see this is high. Everything kind of flows away in every direction. So it's kind of a naturally good spot. There's some of these nice, you can see some pine right there, which we'll be able to see better when we clear them out, big pines. And some oak trees right over here, which will make up, you know, they'll be in our yard, which will be really pretty. So, you know, some nice birch. So, I mean, just considering the drainage and the area, I mean, I think this is gonna be the perfect spot for us, you know, and we still got plenty of room on all four sides of us. You know, we're pretty much right in the middle of the 10 acres here. So no matter where we wanna put a building, we don't have to worry about being, you know, on national forest land or whatever, you know, we're pretty much, we got endless options putting our home right in the middle of the lot, because no matter which way you want to put something, you know, you don't have to worry about lot lines or anything like that. So, and you know, we're gonna have chicken coops and outbuildings and stuff like that. So I wanted to give us as much room as possible. Well, if you guys made it this far in the video, you're a true fan. I appreciate you guys watching. And you know, the reality is our lives really aren't that interesting. I mean, we have a different lifestyle than most people, and the fact that we're living in a little tiny cabin on wheels, tiny house right now, and that we, you know, have a log cabin in the wilderness. You know, that's kind of interesting, I guess, but all in all, we don't really do anything that exciting during the day, you know. I do my best to try to film interesting stuff, but it's kind of the same routine every day, you know. It's the middle of winter time. I mean, I melt snow for water, I get wood, I keep the wood stove going, I go ice fishing, I take Skeeter on walks. That's pretty much it, you know. Kind of just is what it is, but I try not to be repetitive. Some people like it, they like, you know, seeing what we're doing all the time, but yeah, a lot of times it can be hard to make things, you know, interesting or try to come up with something new or, you know, a different idea for a video. And like I said, I just really try my best to keep it real and just keep it authentic and kind of real reality, you know, and not embellishing anything or, you know, misleading you guys into thinking that we're doing stuff that we're not, you know, or it's because, you know, our life's not all sunshine and rainbows, you know, but I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of the same stuff every day. But anyways, thanks for watching. We'll get you guys some more videos of the log cabin soon here, and we're excited to start building this spring and show you guys that process. And until we get to that, I'll do my best to put out some videos for you guys to keep us entertained. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.